Warning, this article contains potential spoilers from Westworld Season 2. Episode 1 Westworld Season 2 hit us hard with a sucker punch this evening as the HBO sci-fi drama roared back onto our screens. With all the action and mystery of the first outing, HBO has again delivered 2 years after audiences were left on a shocking finale that saw Westworld plunged into chaos as the hosts finally gained self-awareness and began to indiscriminately slaughter the Delos board members and throw off the shackles of their human overlords. Episode 1 picks up off the back of the action in true Westworld style, with Dolores Abernathy, played by Evan Rachel Wood, and Arnold/Bernard Lowe, Jeffrey Wright, having won a little tete-a-tete that has become a signature of the show. Unlike the first season, fans now know that multiples, timelines and non-linear narratives are part and parcel of the show, perhaps reflecting the disjointed minds of the hosts, who are reprogrammed and put back on their loops. However, this doesn't make the show any less challenging to watch. Season 2 is every bit as compelling as the first run and demands just as much attention from the audience, if not a little bit more. Blink even for a second or tune out for just a moment and you could miss a key detail. In fact, the writers have probably made Westworld even more complex to keep audiences on their toes. There's so much to contend with again, but that's the strength of this show. There are some wonderful callbacks to Season 1, with a repetition of key dialogue, but this time there's a new layer of relevance, as Dolores ironically says to Teddy Flood, "James Marsden doesn't look like anything to me," as she glances at several Delos board members who she's strung up from a tree and leaves too. It's a joy to watch and be reunited with such well-loved characters, particularly Bernard, who is in full existential crisis mode and caught up in between the humans and the hosts. Watching his hands shake as he tries to hide the fact he's a host from Charlotte Hale, Tessa Thompson, makes you just want to hug Bernard and give him a cup of tea and tell him it's all going to be okay. It's not. Then there's the whip-smart Maeve Millay, then Newton, whose no-nonsense, super-host capabilities make her watchable. She may be the best character on the show with Bernard. Maeve also balances out the sense of irritation Lee Sizemore, Simon Quarterman, elicits from Brits watching from this side of the pond. Do you want to smack Lee every time he utters a sentence or even appears on screen? Luckily, Maeve and her sophistication cancel out any feelings of repugnance viewers may feel towards the narrative director of the park. Westworld now needs to maintain its likable British balance by keeping the pair on screen together at all times, excluding Tallulah Riley's host Angela. Maeve's quite literal dressing down of Lee was a moment of brilliance, and good on HBO for maintaining this parody of on-screen nudity. It works in the context of Westworld, too, where hosts have been seen as inanimate objects and never afforded any modesty. Moving away from the Brits, Evan Rachel Wood's evolving Dolores Abernathy is as compelling as others. It's too early at this stage to say whether she's a villain or a hero. Both the personalities of Outlaw Wyatt and the good-natured Sweetwater Ranch owner's daughter live within her. Wood gives a fine performance and can go from kindness to cruelty in the blink of an eye. But Dolores is a victim of her circumstances, and her actions are no less brutal than that of her creators or the human guests she's been subjected to over the years. We need to get used to this new, harder-edged Dolores, who is no longer just a pretty girl welcoming people to Westworld. Episode 1 plays out like the continuation of an epic story rather than a new run, which is just how it should be. We might have been away so long, but really it feels like no time at all. Westworld airs on Sky Atlantic on Monday.